I really do not like. Yeah, I don't like this race. So yeah, yeah, this is just sort of like I'm just gonna try and get this done, basically. Like, yeah, we're not in a good position right now. Crawford basically crashed. The reserve driver also crashed in practice once. So, yeah, let's see how that turned out. So, yeah, there's that. There's a lot of things that are wrong right now. Like, yeah, oh my god. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. We do not have another chassis. I have to do an emergency manufacturer. We're gonna be in debt. Like, yeah, we're gonna be in debt. So, yeah. And he's gonna go on an older suspension. So, yeah. Alright, so, yeah. Man, so basically, this is not good at all. Like, yeah, this is not good at all. This hasn't been good at all. We literally just went into debt, so, like, yeah. Yeah, we just went into debt. We did. We actually went into debt. Okay, I'm not changing that. Yeah, we went into debt. Alright, so yeah, we've gone into debt now, so yeah, there's that. He's got a completely new gearbox, so yeah. Alright, so send Crawford out first then, so yeah. Alright, here we go. Hopefully this ends up being a good race, like, yeah. At least for Kyle Pinto, I mean, like, yeah, at least for Kyle Pinto, this better be a good race, like, yeah. Because we are not in a good position right now. We are really not in a good position right now. Like, really. We are in an awful position. We are basically in debt. We are literally in debt right now, so we are not going to be able to really do anything for now. From now on, we literally will not be able to do anything, so yeah. We're in crippling debt right now, like, yeah. You gotta be kidding me, Kyle Pinto. You gotta be kidding me. Really? Really, Kyle Pinto? Okay, well, it looks like Crawford's
Right,
gonna have
taking
to
the
have
second
better
corner.
flat.
And there's the lockup. Just unable to control the car by that point.
We'll see how Crawford does, alright? So, yeah. Okay, okay. I'm hoping Crawford actually does good. Because this is not good right here. This is actually not good right here with Colapinto being the one that actually does lock up, so yeah. Yeah. Colapinto locks up, so yeah. That sucks for Colapinto then, right? At least he didn't crash into the back of Crawford, which would have really sucked then, yeah. Ah, man, okay. Okay, so yeah. We're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait a little bit. We're gonna have to wait until we go out again, so yeah. Okay. play a game of a fun clash. If you want to play a game of British. Yep, I'm still waiting for the right moment to go out. And all right, right now. Both of them as well. Copy, copy. Another race car if we but not gonna watch this from here. These calls can look out there, right? Okay. Alright, it's over. We didn't get not good qualifying two at all. So yeah. Alright, Sergio Perez got pole position.
There's a fantastic atmosphere here at the Hungaroring today as we prepare for 70 laps of thrilling F1 action.
The heart may be in Budapest, but the racing soul is right here. Decades of F1 history saturate every turn of the Hungaroring, including the 1989 Grand Prix, where Nigel Mansell bullied his way from a P12 start to an ultimate victory.
The Hungaroring is one challenging succession of corners and turns. With few straights, it's affectionately known as the go-kart circuit. Drivers will have to find a proper rhythm to make the most of the layout. And for cars, low-speed downforce will be paramount. Welcome to race day. And before we get down to it, last-minute checks are being made.
All right. Oh man, this might not be good either way. Like, yeah. Yeah, we might have to go on a bunch of pit stops. Like, yeah. All right. Alright, that seems pretty good right there then. Alright, I'm gonna put Colapinto on one extra left field and Crawford, he's gonna go down one, alright, so yeah. Alright, so here we go. Here we go then. Alright, let's get this started with then.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement.
One more.
Now, this could be an important race for Pierre Gasly.
While I imagine many are looking at the other end of the grid, I'm keen to see what they can achieve from P19.
This should certainly be a good one, folks. This is it, the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Hungary! Alright, here we go.
And it's lights
I hate
out,
this race.
and away we go.
I hate this race on so many levels too, like, yeah. This is not my favorite. This is absolutely not my favorite at all. So, yeah. Like, I honestly like Monaco better. I do. I actually like Monaco much more better than this. Come on. Crawford's really gone back. Like, yeah, he is. He's going way back. But one damage.
Oh dear, a crash! There's been a crash!
So nice.
Who's at fault? Who's really at fault there?
Glued to the monitors and watching their hopes crumble away.
Okay, well, I don't even have another front wing. We do not have another front wing, so he's going to have to deal with that for the rest of the race. He's actually going to have to deal with that for the rest of the race, so yeah, we do not have another front wing. Crawford's the one who actually got the penalty, a 5-second penalty for Crawford then. So yeah, 5-second penalty for Crawford then. So yeah, there you go. Crawford's got a 5-second time penalty then. So yeah. I don't think that affected his tires though, so yeah, that's good. Ooh boy, yeah. That seemed close, didn't it? Too bad there's no DRS here. Like there is in real life, like there should be. You know, it's like the more damage you actually cause, like, yeah, we're just gonna go on more older parts. Like, literally, we're just gonna go on more older parts. Alright, Crawford, so yeah, can't be doing that. Like, for real. Alright, so yeah. And then, coast now, or coast a bit, so yeah. Till we actually get to the point. Alright, so on lap 11, he does push, alright, so yeah. Yeah, we aren't gonna be able to replace the front wing, so yeah. Alright, so yeah. Yeah, he's not in a close enough position to be told not to fight him, right? But I probably will tell Crawford not to fight Carl Pinto. Yeah. I'll probably tell Crawford not to fight Carl Pinto then. So yeah, at some point I will. Yeah, even Crawford's still in range of DRS, so yeah. Yeah, it's not really time yet to tell him not to fight him, you know, like, yeah. We can get up into 11th place, so probably. No, we're not. So on lap 11, we'll start to push. So yeah. Start to push on lap 11. Alright. Alright, he overtook Albon. But even then, he's got to make a 5-second gap. He'll serve that 5-second time penalty in the pits, though, so yeah. Okay, lap 10 now, so yeah, one more lap. Crawford's gonna start pushing. Alright, one more lap, here we go. Here we go, just one more lap. Okay. Yeah, I want to see Pinto overtake Albon at least, so yeah. I want to see him do it then. Don't worry, on lap 14 he starts to push, so yeah. Alright, is he gonna do it? Hopefully. Yes, he does. Alright, so yeah. Okay, not right here though, not right here, just here. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, not right here, so yeah. Just wait a little bit longer, alright, so yeah. Just gotta wait a little bit longer and then yeah. Yeah, just gotta wait a little bit longer and then yeah. Okay, so yeah, 2 more laps he's gonna start pushing, so yeah. He should at least try to have a 5-second gap before he goes and pits, like, for real. Okay, now it's just one more lap and then Pinto starts to push, alright? So yeah, they're pretty close to being lapped actually, so yeah, there's that. pretty sure that, yeah, once Crawford actually does pit, yeah, he's probably gonna get lapped. So is Carl Pinto. So yeah, get ready for that. Because they're gonna get lapped as they pit, so yeah. Okay, so once they cross the line, it's time for Carl Pinto to push. Okay, Leclerc goes in the pits. And, yep, they crossed the line. Okay, so yep, here we go. Okay, yeah, pit now. Go on mediums. Seven 7.7 seconds. Alright, next pit stop, 32. Yeah, he's about to be lapped anyway. Album's still fighting. Alright, so Crawford has been lapped, so yeah. He has indeed been lapped. Alright. Sainz goes into Pete's. Okay. We go on softs. Sergeant locked in.
Now we're approaching turn 2. Struggling with the car, and hopefully there's not too much damage to the tyres.
Alright, I'm gonna have to use the bathroom now. Alright, I'm back. Optimal time for a pit stop as well. Yeah, we pitted it. This is just the optimal time. Yeah, he's definitely gonna get lapped while he's in the pit, so yeah. .8 seconds. I might as well turn on ERS for just one lap, but alright, Albon finally goes into the pits. Alright. So once one more lap comes in, then Crawford's going to turn on the ZRS. Yeah, Albon's right there too. I don't even think he replaced any front wing. Yeah, I don't even think he replaced his front wing either. So his front wing's probably still damaged. Yeah, it is. Alright, turn on the ERS.
Okay.
Yep, okay. Okay, so on lap 26, Kyle Pinto's gonna start the push. man, even with the damage from wing, Albon's still able to go pretty fast. Alonso just set the fastest lap of 118.3. That's like 2 seconds, or like one second, and somewhere in that. But yeah, between the lap record. Alright, at least he got DRS off of the car that left him, off Perez. But yeah, too bad the DRS zone doesn't actually work here. They really need to fix that though, like really. Yeah, so one more lap he starts to push, alright, so yeah. Alright, push now. Okay, there's an issue. Mechanical issue with Russell. Russell has damage. Just Russell has damage. So it. Okay, it's about time to push. And now. Alright, so yeah.
Copy.
Okay, yep. Fit now.
Copy.
2 seconds. Alright, 1 seconds. That was a slow pit stop though, so yeah. Alright. You might as well do it for 1 lap, yeah. Okay, I want his pit window to open at least, so yeah. Hit this lip. Yeah, we really aren't going to be in a good position. On lap 39, though, he will start to push again, so yeah. Yeah, Crawford's getting lapped the second time then. .8 seconds. Yeah, so he's been lapped the second time. That really does suck good, yeah. He'd probably get lapped by his own teammate again, probably. Yeah, he's been lapped by his own teammate a number of times. Twice this season, so yeah. Yeah, he's been lapped by Colapinto twice so far this season, so yeah. At least twice from what I remember, yeah. So there's actually a very high chance that, yeah, he might get lapped again.
that this is
Kingston
what
locked up.
happened. So let's follow the action going into turn 12. And there goes the steering. And they ended up their own passenger.
Alright, push now, push now. I actually think that, yeah, Carl Pinto's probably going to lap his own teammate again. A second time. Just lap his own teammate again. Yeah. That's probably what's going to happen. He's probably just going to lap his own teammate. So, yeah. Alright. Okay, so lap 40 now. Okay, Albon goes pits then. Nice. He's just gonna show up out in front of a car that's already lapped him. Yeah. Alright, what tires did that one go on, Sauce? I could not see him using those tires for the rest of the race. Not at all. Not at all, no. So I do think you got pit again. And we are creating some distance on him, so yeah. Oh, Crawford is doing one less pit stop than Carl Pitzel, so yeah, that might be something that might consider the fact that he's not going to be lapped twice. He's not going to be lapped by his teammate, you know. Yeah, he's not going to be lapped by his teammate, so yeah, it's always something that could actually be a consideration of him not being lapped by his own teammate. But yeah, it's pretty unlikely that he'll stay ahead of his teammate that far. But yeah, he probably will be lapped by his teammate. But yeah, he has been before, and he's on pretty worse car parts, so yeah. Driver spun. Driver spun.
And the control's lost, and ultimately just unable to bring the car under control. And just like that, the hopes of the team start to dwindle.
Okay, this should be the time to pit, so yeah. Alright.
Yeah, copy.
Alright, 2.8 seconds. Alright, we have been lapped twice. Both drivers have been lapped twice, so yeah.
Copy. Copy.
Oh yeah, he's definitely getting lapped by his teammate. Like, yeah. All right, pit now.
Copy.
Go flag. Okay, he's being lapped third time.
Now
Joe
this
locked
was
up.
at turn 1. The wheels just lock up there. By that point, it was just too late.
Yeah, so Crawford's been lapped the third time now. Like, literally, like, really, he's actually been lapped the third time. So yeah, there you go. Been lapped the third time. But yeah, that was his last pit stop. Carl Pinto still has one more pit stop, but yeah, it should probably make his tires a bit more better, right? So there's still a high likelihood that, yeah, Crawford's going to get lapped by his own teammate, so yeah.
Copy.
he overtook Albon. Leclerc's in the pits. So is Verstappen. Alright, Sergeant crashed.
There's a car off Q1.
Virtual safety car. Alright, see. I might as well pit now. Crash and go multiple parts. Also, it's clear. Better not be too close. You gotta be kidding me. That better not cause serious damage to property.
It's not going the way the team had hoped today, that is for sure.
Yeah, Leclerc's retired. That sucks for Ferrari. They were doing so good in the race. Like, they really weren't. But yeah, we're pitting on hard tires right now, so yeah, we're gonna pit on hards right now. Oh, it's a full course safety car too. Yeah, it's a full safety car. Like, yeah, it is a full safety car. So that basically means that lap cars are gonna basically be able to, like, yeah, lap cars will be able to overtake. So, like, yeah. Alright, so yeah. Yeah, Crawford's got a time penalty, but it don't really matter now, does it? .8 seconds delayed pit stop during a safety car too. You know what this could mean? I might as well put Crawford on soft tires. No, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. Don't care about that. Don't worry about that. Albon goes on soft, so. Fifteen laps to go. Copy. Okay, if the virtual safety car ends, I'm just going to attack. Just gonna go pushing all the way. Alright, I'm on step. I just had to get Pepsi. You know, this would definitely mean that, yeah, Crawford's going to get left by his own teammate. Even if it's like left car's going to overtake, yeah, he's still going to get left by his teammate. And it would basically mean that, yeah, he's going to be left by everybody. Yeah, sure you are. Under a safety car, you can really manage your tires. Lap cars may overtake. Okay, so yep. Here we go.
Yes, copy. Copy.
Safety car is really doing that. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Copy.
I'm pretty sure the safety car will be in this lap. So basically like 11 laps of racing then. Yep.
Copy.
Safety car ended. DRS enabled. Alright, overtake Sergeant then. Good job. Hopefully you can overtake Kick Saba. Joe. Yeah, that's like the hardest spot to overtake too. So that was a good overtake.
Copy. Affirmative.
And yeah, you overtook Joe. Good job. Alright, next up is Magnuson. 70% softs. Okay, Magnus is about to lap Crawford, so yeah. Which means that Crawford's definitely going to be lapped by his own teammate, so yeah. At least slow him down, like really. Yeah, Crawford needs to at least slow him down, so yeah. I think he kind of is too. No, he's not. Alright, so Crawford got lapped by Magnussen. Now he's going to get lapped by his own teammate, so yeah. Yep, he got lapped by his own teammate, so yeah. Alright. Come on, you can overtake Magnussen. Like really, overtake Magnussen. Do it. I think the Haas goes kind of fast. So like, yeah, it goes too fast for us. Yeah, it's going way too fast for us. We're not going to be able to overtake. This race is pretty close to being over though, so yeah, that's the good news. And then I'm pretty sure the next race is Spa-Francorchamps. So yeah, I do like Spa. I do actually like Spa-Francorchamps. Plus, there's only 44 laps at Spa-Francorchamps, so yeah. Hopefully his tires start to wear out. I'm hoping his tires actually wear out before the end. He really is pushing though, like yeah, Colapinto really is pushing. He's doing a good job though, he is actually doing a pretty good job at pushing. Alright, I'm pretty sure that would be close enough to at least get a tow, so yeah. Okay. Oh man, now he's falling back again. Alright, 3 laps to go. Okay, so now it's just 2 laps left. I don't think he's going to be able to overtake. Oh wait, his tires are at 32%. Yeah, they're going to wear out. They're going to start to wear out here, so yeah. Okay, 31%. Okay. Yeah, they're starting to wear out now, so yeah. This is gonna make it more easier to actually get up on him. Yeah, his tires are 30% now, so yeah. It's at the point of wear. Alright. Alright, final lap. Here it comes. Final lap. Yes. Alright. Alright, his tires are pretty worn out now, so yeah, this should be an easy overtake. Alright, DRS. Get to DRS and overtake it. Alright. Yep, he did. He overtook Magnussen. Good job. Alright, race is over. What was the lap record? 1:16.16.
Sainz crosses the line first. He's taken the win. And that's Carlos Sainz bringing home the win.
Well, it was never certain, but if anything, that must make the victory taste even sweeter.
Alright, so race is over. Alright, P16. That was actually a pretty good race. Yeah, P16. That was a good race. That was actually a good race right there. So yeah, good result. Alright. Alright. And now our team is done. Okay.
That's Oscar Piastri after what was a very exciting Grand Prix.
Yeah, just shy of a podium, but fourth is still a respectable finish.
And with that, the Sainz name remains engraved in F1 history.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
And as far as those three are concerned, well, they'll be leaving Budapest hungry for more. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that then marks the end of our time here in Hungary.
Next time, the teams will be adding another year to the legend of Spa-Francorchamps. Anything can happen at the Belgian Grand Prix.
Oh, 114.8? Yeah, that does beat the lap record then. Yeah, that does indeed beat the lap record, so yeah. Max Verstappen still leads the Drivers' Championship. Yeah, Ferrari just didn't do too good. I mean, like, yeah, Sainz got his first win of the season, but yeah, Charles Leclerc retired. So basically, Ferrari only scored 26 points while Red Bull scored 33. So yeah, okay, the race took 1 hour 38 minutes long. Okay. Yeah. And we're in debt, so yeah, that's a problem as well. That's a huge problem right there. And I'm pretty sure that also means we won't be able to, like, yeah. Disappointed. Or confidence as well. Okay, at least it's not lost confidence. Like, yeah. Yeah, at least it's not lost confidence. Budapest was satisfying, though. They were satisfied with Budapest. Yeah, they were satisfied with Hungary, at least. So, yeah, that's good. Yeah, so he's going to have to use the other front wing. I don't think we should, no. Even though it would increase the development. Alright, so here's the whole thing, though. Yeah. Consistency. I think his accuracy. We gotta get his accuracy up. But yeah. We gotta try and get his accuracy up. Yeah, control and accuracy. Yeah, so wet track training. Training for wet tracks. As for him as well, yeah. Is that a woman? Seriously, is that a woman or a man? Oh, they're from the Netherlands. They might be Chinese, like, yeah, they might still be Chinese. They were just, like, born in the Netherlands, probably. Are they even real, though? Because I know in, like, the original, like, F1 Manager 22, like, yeah, if it wasn't a real driver, they wouldn't even have a country of origin. Alright. Spa-Francorchamps.
This weekend, we're in Belgium, in the picturesque province of Liège. Halfway through the season, it's too early to call the championship. Can teams make good before the summer break, or will they be hoping for a reset? It's proved to be a tough run of form of late for the team and for their team principal, who'll be all too aware of the board's dwindling confidence. Sit tight then for the rest of the action.
Alright. Oh, it's gonna be raining. This is gonna be a whole, like, 2022 over, or 2021 over again. Nah, not really, though. It's not gonna be, like, heavy rain at the race, but, like, yeah. Yeah, remember 2021? It was basically raining all sessions. Like, all the sessions were raining. Alright, so I'm basically done here. So, yeah.